Hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's Ryan here with DP Marketing Services. Thanks for tuning in. So, wanted to come at you with a video today about the 5 things that you must do for doing a digital marketing plan for your HVAC shop or your plumbing shop. This also works for any service industry, right? So, electrical contractors, pest control, doesn't matter. These are the 5 things that you definitely must cover to have a fully developed digital marketing plan. Each of these have some other things that get pulled into it also, but we're just going to keep it kind of at the high level right now. So, first thing you need to know, you must have, here's number one, a website. Sounds obvious. If you don't have a website, you don't have a shingle hung outside your door. So if you go back to the 80s, right, that was almost all that was required to start a business. You go, you rent a space, you buy a space, you lease a space, whatever. You put a sign out front, and then you just start getting business. Well, a website is the digital version of your store. So you have to have a place to get customers into. It's got to say at least a few things about who you are, the services you provide, how they can get a hold of you. There's at least some basics that a website has to have. And ideally, in the service industry, you know that the only reason people are going to begin with is because they've got a problem. So you want to make it really easy for people to find out what problems you can solve, what areas you can specialize in, how they can get a hold of you. There's a lot of tricks to optimizing the website so it converts those leads. So it converts your site visitors and turns them into leads for your business. But for very basic, you need a website. We get asked a lot about how much a website should cost. So this is kind of an important thing. And you'll find prices all over the board. So if you find somebody who's able to do like let's say they do a completely template-based site in WordPress, so it's a site that's kind of already made and they just skin it to be for your business, you're probably looking in the ballpark of about $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for that work. For all the coding time that goes into it, all the kind of basic rudimentary setup for images and content. And with that, you're probably having to provide a lot of the content, right? You might be able to find a company. So let's pretend you're a larger shop. Maybe you do several $1,000,000 a year in revenue. You might be able to step up and have a special web design firm do a custom site for you. Those projects typically run somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000. $20,000 for a custom website is not unusual, especially if it's entirely for you and created from scratch, coded for you. You might be able to find a cousin or a neighbor, something that can knock it out for maybe $1,200. That's going to be one of those things where if you know them, great, but you're probably going to get what you pay for. Either they're not going to understand how to code it well, they're going to make it where search engines can't find it. In fact, we were just talking to a company the other day. They paid their nephew to build a site for them, and Google had no idea that the site existed. The nephew had spent $1,200 of this company's money and didn't actually have the skills to have Google, Bing, Yahoo for them to know that the website existed at all. So it was providing zero traffic. So the company spent $1,200 and has nothing to show for it. So back to the point though, first thing you need for a digital marketing plan for your company is a website. The second thing you need is an SEO plan. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. There's a lot in this, so we're not going to talk about it in this video, but here's, at the very least, what you need to do is know that every page has to have the page title, the page description. You need to have your metadata, so H1 headers, your H2 headers. You need to have schema markups so that everything is written so that the search engine knows what they're looking for. All of your images need to have alt text because Google doesn't actually see a picture, it just sees what you're describing the picture as. So there's ways to optimize it. At the very, very minimum, you need to have those things done at the time the site is launched. Now, there's a lot of other things you can do to help your SEO value over time. So those are things like writing great blogs, about making sure you're getting links and directories, how you're integrating into referral engines with management of your knowledge database. All those things are important. They're time intensive. But at the very, 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 very least, you need to make sure you've got titles, descriptions, metadata, things like your H1 headers, your H2 headers. All those needs to be there at the time the site is launched. Otherwise, your site has no value. in the eyes of Google and Bing. That's kind of like that company we're talking about just a couple minutes ago. So SEO. At the very least, you should be able to have some of that SEO at the time your site's launched. To have that service managed ongoing is probably where you're going to see the most long-term benefit. The downside with SEO, while it's incredibly powerful for finding you customers on an ongoing basis over time, it takes time to develop. So according to Google, they say SEO takes between 4 and 12 months to start seeing returns on that work. So it's not a really fast conversion process. But once those things are optimized, once you're taking care of that, once you're managing those things on a weekly or monthly basis, you start seeing really great results and really great returns for the length of your company. So this is a strategy that your company who understands that marketing is not a short game, it's a long game. You want to see the returns for your efforts, and you don't want to be spending a ton of money paying for Angie's List and all these other kind of pay per actual lead. SEO is the best way to do that, where you're going to be optimizing the cost you're paying and getting more customers than you ever thought you could. So 1, website; 2, SEO; 3, paid search. So here's another thing, very popular. So this is going to be things like AdWords and Bing Ads. Now, if you're a plumber, if you're an HVAC company, if you're pest control, you're probably already throwing a lot of money at your paid search. The problem is, in most markets, you're probably overpaying for what you're doing for your ads. So those type of service industries, they tend to be really competitive, right? Your competitor's paying a lot of money to try to get their ads shown instead of yours. And the way that Google's engines are starting to go, you're going to start seeing ads, maybe 6 paid ads, before you actually even see one organic interest or one organic search result. So we're saying you've got your home services bar at the top, and a lot of markets that's going to be rolling out more and more. You got your 3 or 4 AdWords headers at the top, and then you have your map pack. And that's going to be maybe another ad placement there too. 3 local and 1 that's actually as paid ad before we even get to your first organic SEO result. So 6 of the first things you see on a Google landing page is the result of AdWords. Ideally, if you're smart, if you're a sophisticated company, you're not just going to blindly throw money at Google and give them money every week and every month. You want to make sure you're optimizing the entire experience, because when your website's done well, when your SEO's done well, it actually makes your AdWords price lower because you're giving a better customer experience overall. And that's going to get you a better price when it comes down to the AdWords auction. We do have a whole video on how the AdWords auction works. If you want to know more about it, we'll put a link in the description. But it's important to understand that you can waste money really fast on AdWords. At the same time, AdWords, if you do it smartly, it's a great way to turn it on for the day, get a bunch of inbound leads, and then turn it off when your pipeline's full. Only pay for it when you need it. And if you're smart about it, you'll have great results. So number 1, website. Number 2, SEO. Number 3, paid search, because Google's moving more and more there. Number 4, social media. You have to be on social platforms. So the trick with a lot of service companies is you might not see direct or many direct conversion results from social media, and that's okay, right? You might not see a bunch of inbound leads coming in from your Twitter profile or from your Facebook profile, from Yelp. You may actually from Yelp, because people are actively searching for you. The trick on these social platforms is 2 big benefits. 1, you're actually being present where your customers are. The stats on Facebook users during a workplace, during a day, it's off the charts. Almost every person that you will encounter is on Facebook in some capacity. And if they're not on Facebook, then they're the exception to the rule. So Facebook is a great first spot to be providing great tips of how to winterize their home, or things that they can do for preventive maintenance, or even offering discounts and coupons for your Facebook customers. Give them value, show that you're a part of their community, a part of their life, that you're trying to help their just the way that they're living and moving around the world. When you're always being present in front of your customer, when you're always providing help, when you're always providing insight, as soon as something goes wrong, you're going to be the first person they think to call, because you've always helped them in the past. So if you're a pest control company, always find ways to help keep their house a little bit tidier, because guess what? If they're cleaning their house, they're not having to have cockroaches come in. If you're a plumber, show ways to help them troubleshoot why the toilet isn't flushing right. Provide just great, practical, ongoing ways, and be a part of the community. So if you're actually giving back at a soup kitchen, show that. People love to see companies who are giving back. So you have to be on social media. So the first present is because you're always in front of your customers where they are. But the second reason is being active on social platforms has tremendous SEO value for your website. So being active on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, they help your site rank better, which means your site's going to find more customers. So it's important to do website, SEO, paid search, social media. And the last thing that you absolutely have to do if you're going to digitally market your HVAC or plumbing company is reviews. You need to curate and cultivate online reviews. Let me say it this way, if there's no other way to say this: reviews for your business are gold. They are. You'll make money from your reviews. They will help you make more money. We can get into how reviews work and why that they're so influential, but here's the big deal. Google and Bing care mostly that you're taking care of their customers. If they see that you're always getting great reviews coming in, they're going to help more customers find your website. So they're going to help your site perform better. The better your site performs, the more customers will find you. It's important to do. But second, probably more powerfully, is that you're going to help turn your customers into billboards for you. So your customers are going to say how great of an experience that they had with you. When people are trying to find their next service provider, next time their HVAC goes out, next time their shower drain is clogged or they have a sewer smell, next time they have a termite infestation, they're going to evaluate the next company based on those reviews. If your company does not have great reviews, if you don't at least have a 4-star reviews from at least 50 people, chances are your customer is going to go somewhere else that does. You need to have great reviews. You need to have a process and a system that helps you get those, that track them, that measure them. If you get negative reviews, it's going to help you know what you need to fix, what you need to respond to. Online reviews are gold. If your company is not using them, you simply won't have traffic. If you do have a process to get reviews, to keep them coming in on a sustainable basis, you will find that your business will make more money month after month than you ever thought it possibly could otherwise. That one little thing, reviews, will make all the difference. So there you go. 5 things you absolutely have to have: website, SEO, paid search somewhere, social media, and online reviews. So that's it for today. It's good to see you again. Hope this was helpful. If you would, leave a comment below, subscribe to this channel, like us on Facebook. Let us know what you thought. If you have any questions or concerns of what this means for your business, always reach out to us, dpmarketing.services, and we'd love to talk to you. So until next time, we'll see you.